Hey guys, I want you to think about a possibility that coaching could be the fastest and the cheapest way for you to solve how you feel with your kids, you enjoying that time with them. The reason why I want you to consider that as a possibility, because I bet right now you're thinking that you could do it yourself, like figure it out yourself. How do I know you could be thinking that? That used to be me. I used to think before hiring a coach, I was like listening to them and learning from them, but I was also thinking like that makes sense. I can do this myself, right? Because they're telling me everything, right? And for a very long time, I used to think like I could do this myself, right? And then I heard this idea that it's like my coach told me, she's like, this, coaching is the fastest and the cheapest way to get what you want. And my head broke a little bit. I thought, what? How's that possible? Like they want me to pay thousands of dollars. Like, how's that cheaper and faster? Of course, though, I was like trying to figure it out. And at first I didn't figure it out. But later I thought about it, right? So, for example, when my twins were one, we had 4 kids under 5. And Doug and like my twins were 1, so Doug and I were at a place where we needed some help. Like we had no energy left. We were missing each other. We didn't know how to communicate. We had these 4 little kids to take care of. Like we needed help, right? So at that point, it was really obvious to me that we need some help. So we went out and hired a counselor, and we sat down with her for 4 hours, and we paid her $300. And she helped us come up with a plan that would help us move forward and stay married and feel good and love each other, all this stuff. But if you think about it, in that instance, I could have said I could do this myself, right? And I'm not saying you can do this yourself. I believe that you could totally do this yourself, and everyone can achieve the results themselves. But what I do totally see how if I did it myself, it could have taken me years and years and years to get to the place where we got to when we got help, to figure out all the steps that we need to be taking to have to do the relationship. And it could have cost me, it could have cost me my marriage. Or it could have cost me years of my marriage being terrible, right? So I saw the value of paying an expert, like a counselor, a trained person to help couples figure it out. I saw that value. So when I got on a call with her and she was selling me on what we'll be doing, and she was telling me about it, and then she said it will be $300. Like that was not even, the price was not even a criteria in my head. I'm like, I don't care. Let's just do this. Like, let's figure out a time when it works, right? Because it was sold an idea that this needs to be fixed now, right? But when we are talking about, you being as a mom and enjoying time with your kids, it's not like this normal thing. There's not like these counselors who promote, enjoy time with your kids. There's therapy, so we go to therapy, right? So, but what is the price that we're paying when we're saying, let's do this by ourselves, right? To me, I did hire a coach to help me work on my relationship with Tyler about 2 summers ago. I got on the phone with her on the consultation, and I'm a life coach. I was already a life coach back then. And I started crying and I said, I need to do this. Because I realized I no longer want to wait for the result of having an amazing relationship with him. I don't want to afford to wait for that. I don't want to miss out years having with my son where I'm just missing out on our relationship together. Like that was done. $1,500 I paid so that she can help me do that. And by the end of that summer, I had a full moment where Tyler and I were cuddling in bed for bedtime. And I truly believe that I'm a good mom and we have an amazing relationship. So I just wanted to talk to you about that because I remember how that challenged my perception of it. And I always always relate this to how, like when we hire someone to fix our fridge or a toilet or plumbing, right? We don't try to do it ourselves. And if you have seen your husband do it yourself, or you've tried to do it yourself, you know that it takes a lot longer, right? If you're gonna try to fix the toilet yourself, you're gonna have to go to Home Depot. You're gonna have to Google it. You're gonna have to watch YouTube videos of how to do it, right? And then what's going to happen is you're going to come across mistakes that you didn't know that could happen, like you're doing it and then something broke. So now you're set back even further without having fixed it. Now you spend money on Home Depot stuff, tools. You spend time figuring it out, and now something broke, and you're now are out of time, out of money, and you still don't have the problem solved, right? So I just want to put that little seed into your brain that coaching or hiring an expert, which is that's what coaches are. They're experts on how the brain works. Hiring an expert is the cheapest and the fastest way of getting what you want, okay? And it is my job to offer that to you here, right? So that you know it's available. All right, I'll see you soon.